Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going into space. So, shout out to MindArk, they sponsored this video. They came to me and said, hey, maybe you should try doing something that you've never done before. And we sort of got together, talked about it, and space was sort of the natural place to go because it's a huge part of Entropia Universe, and it's a place that not many people have really explored that much, and we thought this would be a great video to sort of get people into all that. So anyways, here is what I'm going to be doing. I've got my quad wing interceptor here. It's a L vehicle. You can get it off auction. It's pretty cheap if you really think about it. This thing, I literally bought this probably a decade ago almost, and it's 220% markup. And if you look at the item value right now, is decayed very little. I've still got pretty much 38.95 PEDs worth of condition left. So this vehicle is going to last you a long time if you buy it. And you're going to be able to put a space thruster on it. These go by a little bit faster, but space thrusters are what you use to get into space. And in addition to that, I'm going to be putting on this heavy porcupine, HMAP 52, which does 114 damage per second when shot. So this gives my vehicle a little bit of spacefaring combative technology. And then in addition to that, I'm going to be putting on a Kismet light laser. So these are two sort of L weapons that you can put on your vehicle, go into space, and really start, kicking some ass, hopefully. So let's go ahead and drop this vehicle down. What we're going to be doing then is we're going to be repairing it. So I've got to pull out my repairer here. So the reason I'm repairing it is because if you're going into combat, the last thing you want to happen is, oops, that's not what I want to do. The last thing you want to happen is for some, space baddie to come and just destroy you, right? So best to equip a nice little vehicle repair kit and fix everything up. Plus you're going to get some nice skills right here. If you look, you're getting that like vehicle repairing skill, which really goes a long way if you're looking to get into, oops, there we go. I've still got to repair it a bit. I don't know why I just jumped in. I think I hit the wrong key. I know, you guys are like, I don't want to see the repairs. I want to see some cool space action. Well, you guys are going to get that. But I want to show you this first so you guys know what you got to do before going into space. So you're going to need a quad wing. You're going to need to repair that quad wing if there's any damage. You don't need to, but it's best to do that. And in case you guys are like super new to the game, one thing to always remember is that space is lootable. What this means is that anything you take into space in these two sections of your inventory here and here, so these are your mined resources and your materials, anything in here can be looted. I'm going to repeat that again because this is important. Anything in those two sections can be looted. So now let's take off here. Fire a few shots. That looks sort of cool, right? Here, so I'm going to pull up the map. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be sticking near Calypso. So we can just go out to any of these nesting zones. So I'm just going to go here because that one's like super close by. It's probably a little bit more risky, but I'm going to go here and try shooting some mobs and just see how this goes, okay? So that's one thing to always consider. When you look at a map, pretty much, there's maps online, but a lot of these areas right here, those are good hunting areas where they're sort of outlined. And they're going to say like Graveyard Fields, they're going to say Gordon's Belt. I think these are all places that you can go hunting. Anytime you see nests, that's definitely a place you can go hunting. Generally, that's what it means. You can go online. If you go on planetcalypsoforum.com, you're going to find a lot of information about that. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is if you go onto Planet Calypso Forum, you're going to be able to find a thread titled New Space Mob Locations. And if you head there, it's going to have all the space mob locations outlined, and then you can just head to one of them. I've already been to this area, just flying through to go to another planet, so I figured this is the best place to start out. Again, my inventory is completely empty, so no one can loot me, and we're just going to go and see what we can loot. I think a lot of players sort of overlook this because they think that the cost to get in is just exorbitant, but it's not, right? Like if you use the ship I'm using, you get the gear I'm using, you might be paying 100, 200 PEDs to get started. That's not really that much. Alright folks, so we should be here. It looks like this is the Skyflail nesting grounds. So let's see if we can't find anything to shoot here, because I believe that there are going to be some mobs here. The question is, where are they? Oh, there we go. Whoop. Let's get in here. Here we go. Here we go. Let's target it. Ooh. There we go. There we go. All right, we got it. We got it in our sights. We're taking this thing out. This is a slot Skyflail Young. As you can see, it's not doing a ton of damage to me, but the skills I'm getting are crazy. And right there, we just got it. Ship gained 1 karma. Ship title gained fair. Skyfall challenge unlocked. Let's go loot this thing, because that's important too, right? Oop. I'm very new to this. Oop. So we loot it, and there we go. So you got just that normal loot right there. You can see nothing too crazy, but what we are going to do is convert this right away, because that's important. We already talked about this. I don't know if I cut that part out, but basically I said anytime you're looting stuff, you want to do your best to get that loot converted ASAP, because again, this is a lootable area. So, you know, it's better to convert that stuff than not, right? And since it's PvP, I believe you can't just auto-target. So you're going to need to be a little bit more active during space combat, but that's sort of cool, I think. Come on, take him out. There we go. Not some bad loot right there. Alright, so here we go, guys. I figured it out. So basically, here's what I need to do, right? I've got 2 guns on this vehicle. One gun is going to be the laser gun. That's the gun that I'm going to use now. This is a gun that the pilot can fire. So basically, I'm the pilot right now. I can go in and I can just start shooting this gun off, right? Like, here we go. Just target this mob right there and start targeting him. Go closer, it's going to be a little bit easier to shoot him. You've got to keep your cursor on the mob like this to shoot it, right? And this is because it's PvP. In PvP, they can't really let you not have some sort of targeting system in it, because what's going to happen then is that when you do actually go to fight other players, it's going to make life very, very difficult for everybody. Well, it's going to make life too easy for everybody if you can auto-target. So in PvP, you can't auto-target, and that's why I need to sort of keep my cursor on this mob to get the shots in. So that gives you a little bit more of an FPS aspect, which is sort of cool. And what we're going to do now, after this one, let's get in and shoot this guy. There we go, we gained 1 karma. Let's loot this bad boy here. There we go, we got that loot. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and convert this ammo. Always make sure you're converting your ammo. See, right now I've been converting ammo. I've only got a couple PEDs right here that could be lost, so it's not a big deal. All the ammo that's been converted is sort of safe. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go take this mob on. And what I'm going to do is something a little bit different here. If I back click on my vehicle, I can do next vehicle seat. And I believe that this puts me in charge of the turret, the porcupine. So let's go take this mob out then. So look at that. So this ship right now has 2 guns on it, but unfortunately I can only use 1 gun in 1 seat. So if I came out here with a friend, we'd be able to basically do double damage. So this is a great one for team hunting. Or if you're just very fast on the keyboard, you can hotkey everything and jump between seats as you want. Most likely I'm going to come out here with someone else and actually go hunting one of these days, because that's the best way to use that gun. This gun that I've got right here, this is more the gun that I'm going to be using, because I can fly the plane, I can shoot the gun, I've got everything, I'm good to go. If you are looking to do some PvP stuff or something like that, obviously coming out with a friend does give you double the firepower. Or if you're a pilot who's flying people between planets, again, having someone in there is going to give you double the firepower, which is pretty nice. So let's go ahead and take this mob out. As you can see, my vehicle is getting damaged a bit here. So we are going to have to probably repair it at some point. But we're doing pretty good, actually. The loot hasn't been amazing, but if you look at how much ammo we're going through, I don't think it's been that bad. Oh, and there we go. Dead in the water, my ship just got destroyed. So this is what happens when you die, folks. If you're not paying attention, your quad wing gets destroyed, and then you go poof and die. All right, so there we go. We did die. That happened. So let's give this another go, right? We died. It's a thing. Here's my vehicle. It went right back to my inventory, which is very nice. So I can just go ahead, place that vehicle, And again, like we talked about in the beginning, you do want to have this vehicle repair tool with you and some welding wire, because otherwise I'd be stuck out here. I'd have to ask someone to come help me out. But since I've got this with me, what I can do is just place my vehicle down, which I accidentally did there. Place my vehicle down, heal it up, and then we're going to be going right back out to kill some mobs. Also, when you do die, one of the things you can take advantage of is got your teleporter here. Where am I exactly? Oh, I'm on FOMA. So yeah, since we're on FOMA right now, so I died, I went to FOMA, that's where that takes you to. You can just go use this teleporter. You can sort of pop down onto the asteroid. And you can store everything, right? So that's the great thing about hunting in space. Even if you die, you're going to go to a teleporter. Hopefully you're going to go to an asteroid with some sort of storage or something like that. And you can stick everything that you've looted right there. That means that you're risking less when you go out, which is always good, right? Like, yeah, you don't want to be wasting PEDs and you don't want to be looted in space. But if you are, the less loot you have, the better it is for everybody. Except for the person looting you. For them, it's probably not that good. So let's go ahead and convert that ammo right there. Now we're ready to go. I'm new to space, so I'm going to be making some mistakes. There's some things I did wrong. And this is a good way for us to all sort of learn from this, right? But at the same time, I don't want you guys to be sitting there watching me just bungle things for 30, 40 minutes straight, right? We're ready to go. Our vehicles are fully healed. Let's head out and let's get some more of these guys. So off we go into space, into the deep, dark beyond. Let's undo all this. We know it's lootable PvP. We know the risks. We're willing to take them. Let's head right back out. So I think, should we go back to the same place? Or should we go somewhere else? I'll go back to the same place, right? Because I think this was a pretty good place. I like this as a beginner sort of hunting location for people. Because the thing is, these skyflail nesting grounds, it's going to take you right back here to FOMA. Which means if you just eject from your vehicle, you're going to be taken right back there. You can put everything in storage and you're right by Calypso. And the bonus here is all the loot that you get from here that you store here. Going from Asteroid FOMA to Calypso is pretty low risk. Which means you're going to be able to get right back in there pretty fast without too much risk, and then you'll be safe. You can take your loot down to the planet, sell it off there, and Calypso's a great place to sell things off. So this is honestly sort of a perfect scenario right here. I believe you can go just over, I think it's like, I mean, this is Crystal Palace, but I think there's some other like hunting grounds sort of off here. But this is probably the best one to go, especially for people who are new to it like me, because it's just so close. You're going to be jumping right back to FOMA, and that's good, right? It's the best case scenario, I think. So let's head out and let's do this thing. Alright, and we're going into the hunting grounds here, so we're going to be, yeah, there we go, Skyflail nesting grounds. So it's time to start taking them on again. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch over to system, just so you can see how many skills you're going to be gaining when you first jump in here and start shooting these mobs. Again, if you look at my profession level, so if you look, I think it's going to be like heavy gunner. Mounted Grenader, where is it? That's not going to be it. Mounted BLP, like that's a lot of the stuff I'm doing. I'm around like 11 damage, right? 11 level, like profession levels. So again, I'm not brand new at this. I do have some skills, and that's simply because a lot of the skills do carry over. But what you're going to notice is there's going to be some huge skill gains for me. So for those of you guys who are very interested in maximizing skill gains, great way to do it right here. Also, these mobs are pretty nice because they have low aggro, which means you can just go out here and shoot them, right? Like, see, I'm doing this. You just keep that thing on there, and then you're good to go. So there we go. We're zooming right in there, and you can see that damage, right? Inflict range damage. I've got that already. Let's wait for one that comes up here. Spacecraft pilot 0.4. That's a pretty big skill gain right there. What else do we have? We got laser weapon technology, which I've got that, so I'm getting very little of that. But yeah, overall, you get some pretty good skills here, and you can just fly around, shoot some stuff, have some fun, and it's something new, right? Like, a lot of people in Entropia Universe are always saying, like, oh, I want to do something different, I want to do something new. Well, this is it, right? Like, there's very few people out here hunting space mobs, mainly because there is that barrier to entry. There is a little bit of a skill sort of barrier that you got to overcome, but once you do it, I think you're going to really get some nice skills out of it. and you're going to get to play a different aspect of the game. It's going to make you much better at PvP too. Again, you got to sort of get used to keeping this arrow on everything, but once you get used to that, you're going to be good to go. You're going to get the hang of it, don't worry folks. And once you get the hang of it, you're gonna be having some fun out here. You're gonna be killing some cool mobs, and again, like I say, anytime I get to try a new profession, it's sort of fun. The one reason I've been putting out space combat is because that barrier to entry was a little scary to me. I've got to admit, right? Like looking at it, I'm just like, oh man, I've got to put big guns on my ship. I'm gonna be going through so many more PEDs. But it's not that bad. You can come out here, you can take on some pretty big mobs, and you can get some pretty good skills for it. As you can see down here, look at those skill gains, right? Like, it's because I'm spending more per shot, I think, but the skill gains are pretty sick. And these mobs aren't that hard to kill. It's level 27, so a lot of you new players are going to be able to kill mobs that you wouldn't otherwise be able to kill, which is always fun, right? Who doesn't like doing that? And what do we get right here? Profession level increase, level 12 mounted BLP, that's because, and level 16 mounted laser. So I'm getting my skills there too because I'm getting those space missions done. Again, look at the ammo. We've gone through probably about 80 PEDs of ammo, which isn't too bad for the length of the hunt that we're doing. Part of it we've been going back and forth a lot, but that's because I die because I'm still new to this. And again, one of the things you always want to do while I'm shooting this mob, because he's not moving on me, is go in and convert this over here, just so if I get looted, I don't lose those 2 PEDs. Let's undo that. There we go, we got some more shrapnel. Ooh, I think we aggroed someone. Where is he? Oh, there he is, there he is, there he is. Let's get right on him. So there is a bit of aggro to these mobs, but it's not terrible. And also, one thing that you will be one thing a lot of people do miss when they're new to space, if you take a shot like this, it does use ammo. When you're in PvP, any missed shots, any shots that you miss on a mob that don't actually like hit that mob are wasted ammo. So like when you're new to it, there is going to be a little bit of overkill, and that's going to be because you're taking shots that you probably shouldn't be taking, shots that are going to miss. You want to make sure that you're always in the red here, because otherwise your shots just get fired off into Never Never Land, and they count against you. You lose those PEDs, but they don't count as PEDs that damage the mobs. So you want to be sort of Johnny on the spot here and know what you're doing. I'm being a little bit more crazy with it than I should be, because this is definitely wasting me some PEDs when I miss those shots like that. So that's one thing to pay attention to. Try and keep that red crosshair that I've got going, try and keep that always on the mobs that you're actually attacking it, especially if you're using this auto shoot like I am. Honestly, a better way to do it might be not to use auto shoot or auto tool, and then near the end, at least I'm going to switch back. This is probably the better way to do it right now, how I'm doing it here. It's just a little bit more active. It's a little bit more like, yeah, you got to pay attention here when you're in space. But that's good, I think, right? It's something different from hunting where you can just sort of auto shoot and you're good to go. This one you got to be a little bit more in the know here. Like, so there we go. We got him in the red. We're shooting him. We're getting our damage in. If I was auto controlling it, I probably would have like not taken the shots until I saw the red. But since I wasn't, I missed out there. So now we're going auto. Oop, no. We overshot. Alright, there we go. We got him. So let's take on another one here. So this is pretty fun. This is a good bit of I like this. You're flying around in space. It's pretty good because it gives me a lot of ideas just how space combat's gonna work, and now it's gonna give me a little bit more confidence if I'm going between planets and do get ambushed, which that happens to the best of us, right? Every now and then you're gonna run into a pirate, someone who's just gonna try and make your day not the best day that you've ever had, and it's good to know what you're doing a little bit, because then you can sort of keep your targets on and not die. There we go. We got it. We got the target. Again, the thing with the difference between these two is going to be when you're when you're in space fighting another player, they're going to be moving around a bit more. Right here, we're not really dealing with too much motion because obviously these mobs are staying still. That's making it easy for us, and you know we can we can get into PvP now. This gives us a good idea for what we're in for, and I think that's sort of cool. So right now, if you look at my vehicle, you're gonna see that it's quite on fire. So I think the best thing to do now is to head back. Maybe what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back by just getting destroyed. So let's take on one more here. Center up our shots here. There we go. Let's take this guy out maybe. Why am I missing? That was weird. I was sure I was on target there. But we had a few misses. It's okay. It happens. And you can see these mobs are doing some big damage to me, but the ship's able to handle it, luckily. Oops, that was not good. So now let's head back. Let's head back. Our ship's smoking. We're out of oomph. Let's get back here. Let's head over to Foma. Which one's closer? Let's check this. Ooh. What happened there? Mob or player? That was a mob. Alright, we're good. I was a little worried there. I was like, is that a player? Did I just lose my loot? I don't think I did, though. Let's check. Did I lose it? No, we're good. Alright. And then one of the things I think a lot of you guys are going to be wondering is where we're at as far as burn goes. Because I think that's important to a lot of you guys, how much we've gone through as far as, like, not ammo, but as far as, like, the ship goes. And again, I was missing a lot of the shots I took, so you can't really take much from my returns, because a lot of the shots I was taking I was missing, which means that a lot of the shots that you guys, a lot of the ammo that I spent was spent because I was just shooting into nothing, right? And that's one of the things. There is that curve there. So you want to go out into space, you want to take on some smaller mobs like I was doing, get better at it, and then you can actually go in and start doing some more like PvP and some of that cool stuff that everybody wants to do. So I'd recommend that, right? Go out and train yourself on those mobs, and then you're ready for some good old PvP times. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this, right? So if you look down here, that Kismet light laser that I was using, that laser literally just, from all that I was doing out there, all that hunting that I was doing, it decayed about 31 PECs. The heavy porcupine decayed a little bit more, which is weird because I didn't shoot that much. But that decayed what is that? 43 PECs. So obviously the heavy porcupine, that's probably going to be the weapon that's going to decay a little bit more if you're going out to using that. But those Kismet light lasers, they seem like they're going to be lasting forever. So honestly, if you go out and just use those things and you go hunting, you're going to be out there for a long time before you need to buy another light laser. So if you guys are thinking like, is it worth it? Should I get this? Yeah, like it's definitely worth it. And if nothing else, even if you're thinking like, I don't want to do space hunting at all, it's good to have those guns just in case you do run into a mob that attacks you, or you run into a player who's looking to loot you, because being able to fire back and defend yourself, that's gonna take you a long ways, right? That's gonna maybe push them back. You never know, right? Like a lot of pirates, if you've got a fully healed up ship, you've got some weapons on you, and you're taking another player with you, you let off 2 shots from 2 guns, those pirates might just take off and leave you alone because they don't want to deal with it, right? They don't want you killing them because then they've got to repair their vehicle, they've got to fly back. It's just a whole process. And some pirates, honestly, they're not smart enough to put a lot of their loot into storage before they go out and start pirating. So you never know, right? Maybe they were just out shooting some mobs. They saw you going by and they decide to take some shots at you. You shoot back at them, and now they're running for their life. They're afraid that their loot's going to be taken. And you can continue on your way to Arcadia, Rocktropia, Calypso, wherever you're going, right? You can just be happy. Continue on your way. You're good, and they're running scared. So yeah, I'd say space weapons are worth getting, for everybody, just so you can defend yourself, especially now that I see the pricing on this stuff and how little it decays. Like, honestly, you're spending, 50 PEDs? I think it's like 50 PEDs, right? So this is a 30 PED laser weapon, about 150% markup. So you're probably spending, 45 PEDs on this gun alone. You're going to be able to put that on for 45 PEDs and defend yourself, and that's worth it if you can just keep yourself from dying. And the other, let's check out the other one. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I always do that. So let's check out this other gun here. Pick that up. View information. So this heavy porcupine gun right here. If you look at the markup on this thing, again, 130%. It's worth about 28 PEDs. So in total, you're going to be spending about 9 USD or 90 PEDs, roughly, to equip your vehicle with some defensive weaponry. You can always sell that weaponry, and if you find some space mobs, you can take them out and get some skills. That's one of the things I didn't really talk about, but I gained over 200 skill points in just this short video. So this video has been cut up, but it was about 40 minutes of gameplay that I recorded for this video, and I got over 200 skills, which is huge for someone at my level. So like, yeah, if you're looking to get some more skill points, maybe hit 100k skills, you're so close, but you just don't want to put in hours and hours of time, go out into space, take some shots. You're going to get way more skills for doing that. It's going to get your vehicle repairing up when you die, because inevitably you're going to die out there. And yeah, overall, it's a pretty cool profession. So I'd recommend you guys check it out if you get a chance. Once again, thank you to MindArk for sponsoring this video and really giving me that push to get into some space combat stuff. You guys are definitely going to be seeing me do it in the future, because it's actually a lot of fun, and it is really like a different feel to Entropia Universe. Your shots matter a little bit more. You've got to be a little bit more tactical, and there's some aim that comes into play, which is good if you're like in some FPS style games, which I'm starting to get back into. Currently, I'm playing Detroit Become Human, which is not an FPS at all, but after that, I'll probably get back into Rust and some of those other games. I need my aim to be good, so this is a good way for me to train it while sort of just kicking back and relaxing still. Anyways, yeah, if you guys are interested, check it out. I definitely recommend it. And like I said, shout out to MindArk for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, peace.